So just when I think the news can't get any more fucked up, I haven't watched the news in months. I said that in one of my videos. I think it was like the boiling oil video. I'm like, I haven't watched news in months, but the Ukraine thing got me watching the news again. And I'm not shocked, but I am literally depressed at how the news is covering things. Quite frankly, upon doing a ton of research, because I'm a centrist and I watch right wing and left wing news and centrist news, I watch everything. I feel like Trump has had a really excellent take on Ukraine and Russia and Putin. But if you were to search Trump Ukraine today, like what you get is insane. So like it says like look at the first thing you get. Trump praises Putin after condemning invasion of Ukraine, which is they're trying to make Trump seem like a hypocritical maniac, but Trump actually didn't praise Putin. He just said Putin's smart. He's like Putin's smart, our leaders are dumb. Calling someone smart isn't necessarily praise. You could call a serial killer smart or a villain smart. That's not actually praise. But the media is just pretending like Trump loves Putin and is praising him. Then you got Fox. We know what their take is going to be, right? So that's Fox is the only thing that's like even remotely pro-Trump. Uh, Al Jazeera has a good take. Go figure. Look at CNN. Trump praises Putin's strategy in Ukraine. And that's it. Like, no context. Trump's take on the Ukraine thing was that, like, Putin can see that our leaders are weak and that they've had sanctions on him for decades. And also, the more Putin goes to war with Ukraine, the higher the oil prices go. So he was saying that the sanctions aren't going to work because Putin's just going to make more money the longer this war goes on for. But CNN just makes it like Trump praises Putin. He's on Putin's side. It's completely misleading. Putin is smart. Our leaders are dumb. That's actually accurate. Look at this one from Jimmy Kimmel 2 days ago. Trump praises his KGB best friend forever, Putin, while world leaders condemn Russia's attacks. That implies that Trump isn't condemning the attacks, which he is. Trump totally is condemning the attacks. This could not be more misleading. This could not be more dishonest propaganda. It is so depressing to see, you know? Also, under Trump, Putin didn't actually take any countries, which has not happened in my lifetime with any other president. Every president in my lifetime allowed Russia to take stuff. Trump is the first one to not. And then the media and the news is portraying it as though Trump and him are best friends forever. You're like, that is just, it's blatantly false. Look at this. Look at this winner from Seth Meyers. Trump praises Putin's genius and savvy as Ukrainian crisis worsens. Like, it's so misleading. If you were a liberal who only watched liberal news, you would think that Trump likes this. And once again, Trump has an excellent take on this where he doesn't like it and is saying it's bad. Trump on Putin invasion plan. This is genius. It's like it could not be more misleading. This could not be more misleading. And it is painful to see. It's making me depressed. It's why I don't like watching the news. It's also why I'm upset about, if Trump becomes president again, and keep in mind, Trump is literally the best president in my lifetime for sure, and I'm a centrist. But Trump is the best president of my lifetime for sure. But if Trump becomes president, like these people are never going to stop. They're never going to stop. And this is so dangerous to democracy. This is so dangerous to, this is dangerous. Like this is the most dangerous thing I've seen philosophically is how misleading the media is being, it is propaganda by definition and it is painful to see. Look at Trump's policy of giving Putin everything he wants was no help to Ukraine. It's like, Trump was literally giving Ukraine weapons and shaming NATO into actually paying more for military supplies. Like once again, the exact opposite of reality. The exact opposite of reality. This is why liberals who only watch liberal news are the most misinformed Americans in our entire society. And don't blame them for it. Yes, it would be nice if they watched all news instead of just their news. But it's not entirely their fault when you see how freaking misleading this is. Like this is Alice in Wonderland. They should just call it Mad Hatter News. It's crazy. Look at Trump shocks by praising Putin for invading Ukraine. It's like, once again, Trump is against Putin and against invading Ukraine. But when you look at these headlines, if this is all you saw, you would think that Trump likes it. And I'm like, it's the exact opposite. Nope, I misclicked. Hang on. Trump doubles down on calling Putin smart. Oh my goodness, dude. This is just painful. This is just painful. Yeah. Trump calls Vladimir Putin a genius. Maybe he did call him a genius, but that doesn't mean that he actually likes what he's doing. But once again, context is something that these people don't care about. All they care about is bagging on Trump. All they care about is bagging on Trump. You know? And if I actually look at, hang on, what did Trump actually say? What did Trump actually say about Ukraine? Like, what did he actually say?
I have no doubt that President Putin made his decision to ruthlessly attack Ukraine only after watching the pathetic withdrawal from Afghanistan, where the military was taken out first, our soldiers were killed, and American hostages plus $85 billion worth of the finest equipment anywhere in the world were left behind. The NATO nations, and indeed the world, as he looks over what's happening strategically with no repercussions or threats whatsoever, they're not so smart. They're looking the opposite of smart. Putin is saying, oh, they're going to sanction me. They sanctioned me for the last 25 years. You mean I can take over a whole country and they're going to sanction me? You mean they're not going to blow us to pieces, at least psychologically? The problem is not that Putin is smart, which of course he's smart, but the real problem is that our leaders are dumb. And they so far allowed him to get away with this travesty and assault on humanity. That's what it is. This is an assault on humanity. So sad. Putin is playing Biden like a drum, and it's not a pretty thing as somebody that loves our country to watch.
That is a legitimately good take. That is a legitimately good take. But once again, if you look at the news, Trump Ukraine today, you get all of this, oh, Trump is for it, misleading headlines. This is the biggest danger to democracy in America. This is the biggest threat we face, is poisoning the minds of liberals. The media is truly poisoning the minds of liberals. And any conservative, any centrist can clearly see it. All right? Clearly. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is why I really don't like watching the news. Yeah, look at this one. Shut up, Trump. Praise of Putin slammed on live TV. You know, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, they're telling Trump to shut up when he has the best take of all of these people. Shut up with your good take, you know? They're acting like Trump likes this, you know, and that like Trump and Putin are good friends. And Trump is calling this a travesty to humanity and saying it's terrible. But like, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that if you just looked at the news. It's just absolutely the most despicable thing I've seen in a while. I can't wait to stop watching the news, but for now, I am going to pay attention to it.